Hey, what's up? This is Laidback Luke, DJ and producer, Kung Fu athlete, and dedicated dad. This week I'm taking you out to Paris to the last festival of this summer and Afrojack's birthday party. I'll touch base on 5 various points that a lot of beginner DJs and professional DJs seem to be missing out nowadays. But before we dive into that, shout out to the comments of last week. Waltress, here's your shout out. You made it to the #1 comment of last week. And shout out to the #2 comment of last week of @FaithR, a beginner Kung Fu training vlog. That's quite interesting. Actually, probably later in the year, I'm gonna set up a Kung Fu training program that you guys can subscribe on if you're interested. I also thought it was interesting reading through all the comments of the DJ Controller vlog. Funny to see a couple of haters in there. Funny to see a lot of people giving me compliments. As far as my taste goes, I love seeing DJs that are taking risks while they mix. I am one of those, and I will happily remain to be one of those. But when it comes to DJing, people seem to be forgetting the foundation, what the basics are of what DJing is really about. In this vlog, I'll tell you more. Welcome to the true story and the real life. We're at the airport today, but we're not flying. We're actually gonna go to Paris by train. Justin is a little bit nervous because it's his first time going by train. We were here 1.5 hours before. We actually needed to be here 5 minutes before because there's no security, there's no nothing. Usually in airplanes we have sky priority so we can board really fast. Justin just said, do we have rail priority? So yeah, way different than traveling with the airplane because we're at the so-called gate. And there's no train, so we need to wait for about 20 minutes still until it appears. It is so confusing. It's like 5 minutes before we take off, and we still don't know which gate, either 5 or 6. It's gonna be a last-minute split decision. Can you imagine if they would do this with airplanes? Such adventures driving out to Paris by train today. Very happy I'll get to play there today on invite of Joachim Bureau. Can't wait. But this vlog right here is all about something else. The #5 mistake a lot of young DJs make is they don't have enough music. So when you start out DJing, you just mix a couple of tracks and you know, maybe if you're DJing for a little bit longer, you can play for an hour. Technically, you'll need to have a lot more music than just that. And it has happened that I needed to play after some professional DJs who needed to play a little bit longer, and they weren't able to because they didn't have enough music with them. So this is a big thing. Make sure you are always on the prowl for new music. Make sure you always discover new music. Make sure you collect enough tracks to play a long set. And with that, you'll get a lot of flexibility of what to play when and where, and to just play all night long, say for instance at a birthday party. And speaking about being a connoisseur, this ties nicely into #4 of what DJs usually forget nowadays, which is the trend-setting part. It's not only important to play the biggest hits, obviously you'll need to please your crowd, but the most important thing is to find tracks that no one else has and that will blow away everyone. What will make you stand out is the tracks you pick in between the hits. And perhaps if you discover a new genre, this will make you the unique one. So that was quite the easy travel out to Paris. We're almost there. I can't wait to play at the festival. Touchdown here in Paris. Well, not touchdown because we drove. But in the train I had a really good session putting all my newest tracks on the USB. A little bit of prep there. Right now we're off to the festival. Just got to the car on the way to the festival. Before we go to the festival and go into the loud music, I want to talk to you about the number 3 mistake that a lot of people are making right now. They forget to watch the crowd. So this is very much what I'll be doing today, because I have no clue what's going to go on, you know. Don't know how I'll feel behind the decks, don't know what the temperature is, don't know what the weather will be doing. I don't really know what the French crowd wants from me. So I brought a bit of everything, and by just monitoring how hard they'll be dancing, or even like tracking the energy in certain pockets of the crowd, I'll know what to play. And there will be moments where I'll be playing a track that they love, and then I'll just give them more of that. It's a very integral, basic DJ technique that a lot of DJs have forgotten, but which is essential. So we rushed off straight from the stage. I am actually doing a second show tonight. I'm playing at the Afrojack birthday party back in the Netherlands. Paris was amazing. What an incredible crowd. They were open for all sorts of music. Very energetic. I really enjoyed it. Although it was quite hard to see the crowd at a certain point, and just as I arrived at the decks, the light was a little bit strange, the setup of the decks was a little bit strange, and so then I got to rely on what I want to talk to you about right now, and that's number 2 of what a lot of people forget nowadays, and that is to focus on technique. Now, technique can be a lot of things. It doesn't necessarily mean scratching. It could mean, actually it means more than just like fading in and fading out. There are so many tricks you can apply with EQs, with manipulating the sound, with getting yourself out of trouble. So for instance, you know, one of the reasons I started scratching was because sometimes if a track would go wrong, I could actually like grab the clap and put the clap back on the rhythm. But beat matching as well, a lot of kids forget about that nowadays. So if you're not able to beat match, then how do you know, sometimes if a sync screws up, or you have the BPMs correct, but the mix goes a little bit crooked, how are you going to solve that? It takes a lot of hours, it takes a lot of practice. It's wonderful to know this side of the art. Definitely something to look into if you want to feel more secure on stage. It's a 3.5-hour drive right now. I'm very curious how this birthday party of Afrojack will look like, but don't go anywhere. After the Afrojack show, I'll tell you my number 1 thing that I think DJs forget nowadays, and it's super important. Don't go anywhere. Arrived out here in Rotterdam, ready to go in to the Afrojack birthday bash. It's a huge venue. Curious to see how this will go.
To the south, move to the south, pick it up, get down, 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 move to the south, move to the south, pick it up, get down, down, move to the south, move to the south, pick it up, get down, down, move to the south, move to the south, pick it up, get down, down, move to the south, move to the south, pick it up, get down, move to the south, move to the south, pick it up, get down, move to the south, move to the south, pick it up, get down, move to the south, move to the south. Let me see you jump around.
What a birthday party. Really enjoyed that. Crazy how we packed the stadium like that. Incredible that all people came out for him. I'm just gonna go back home and I'll tell you all about my number 1 thing that DJs are missing nowadays. And this is the legendary rule, the golden rule of all old school DJing. is being able to tell a story. Now, what does that exactly mean? Does that mean, do I need to tell a story on the mic? Absolutely not. It's telling a story with the music. And what this means is like weaving through the set and weaving through the energy, building up a set. So if you hear a DJ playing and the DJ is skipping genres, like kind of losing the plot of the whole set, where you kind of like build to like a climax, then drop the energy or even take it higher. With a lot of genre hopping, this totally gets lost. You can only do that if you can really feel the energy and really feel the structure of a set. So in my recommendation, for instance, if you want to be genre hopping, make sure you play about 3 to 4 tracks of this particular genre, say it's bass house, before you switch it into say dropping it into hip hop. What you want is people to be fed up with that one kind of typical thing that you are doing, and they're kind of like, you're kind of losing their attention, and then it's good to swap it over and go into a different genre. That's just one aspect though. Every track I see as energy packages, and you can build up the energy through like building up the track's intensities, way up to a track that, you know, is the biggest festival banger ever. And then you can take it into a lovable vibe, for instance, or take it a little bit more progressive. Storytelling in DJing is like a myth, but if you can nail it, you can nail the DJ sets. If you enjoyed my tips and you enjoyed this video, make sure to give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. Next week I will be in China, and I am gonna have some Chinese food with the Mix Mash family members. I'm gonna talk to our newest talents there in China. We'll see what's going on, because China is really blowing up right now. You see all the DJs playing there, so I am going to investigate. And I will take you with me. So make sure to tune in. And next week, until then, L's up, rave safely, and salute.